Next on Worcester News tonight, lawmakers pushing construction for a Central Mass roadway. More from the Mass DOT meeting. Plus, 2 teenagers have a close call in Uxbridge after crashing into a pool. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Catherine Andrioli. Mass DOT welcomed the public to an informational meeting tonight for the proposed Charlton-Oxford Route 20 reconstruction project. The purpose of the project is to improve the safety and traffic conditions of the roadway and intersections, according to Mass DOT. The project comes after several deadly accidents that occurred on the narrow roadway. Lawmakers say the changes are necessary to keep people safe on the busy roads. And a Southbridge teen is facing charges after he allegedly threatened to shoot teachers at Southbridge High School. The Telegram is reporting 19-year-old Brian A. Reyes was arraigned Wednesday in Dudley District Court on multiple charges after he posted images of himself with a gun on social media. Reyes allegedly made the threats on Monday after shouting profanities in a school hallway. He is also accused of verbally assaulting a handicapped teacher and told teachers if he had a gun, he would shoot them. Reyes is being held without bail and is due back in court on Friday. And a public meeting is held at Union Station Tuesday night to discuss scheduling changes to the Framingham-Worcester MBTA line. The MBTA announced they will be making adjustments to the line schedule. Commuters had an opportunity to share their comments and suggestions about the commuter rail. The MBTA says the changes will help reduce the number of delays and provide enough time for maintenance, but will also benefit those who ride. Proposed changes will go in effect in May of this year. You can view the updated schedule on the MBTA website. An Uxbridge homeowner helps 2 teenage girls after they crashed their car into a pool in his backyard. The accident caused a lot of damage, but thankfully the 2 girls are okay. Rosalind Flaherty has the details.
She says somebody jumped in the pool, you know, like a car jump in the pool.
Mohammed Alamar and his family woke up Wednesday morning to an unusual sight, a car in their pool.
And I panic. I'm honestly like I thought like it's a dream.
Alamar called 911.
For a car that crashed into a pool, 2 persons trapped. Ambulance rescue group to respond.
He says the car seen in these pictures was in the shallow end of the pool and 2 17-year-old sisters were trapped inside. He helped open the car doors and get them out of the car, which started to sink.
You have to do what you have to do, you know, human being things, you know. It's like your kids could be in that water.
Police say the 2 sisters were on their way to school when they struck a pole on a street next to Alamar's house. Their car traveled through a neighbor's yard and through a set of trees before crashing through the pool's fence.
This is very unusual, you know, in my, 29 years. I mean, you don't see this every day.
Police say the girls are okay and didn't need to be taken to the hospital.
I'm very thankful that this is the outcome that we have.
It took several hours to pull the car out of the pool, and the incident caused a good amount of damage. But Alamar says saving the 2 girls was the most important thing.
More than the house or the car or all these things will be fixed.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Many college students in Worcester say they are feeling the effects of President Trump's executive order on immigration. Clark University is one of those schools. Our Brittany Schaefer spoke to faculty today about an emergency meeting they held to discuss the school's future regarding this order.
The president's executive order on immigration is drawing concerns from area colleges and universities who have international students and some faculty working abroad.
We value diversity very much, so students are concerned that they will be vulnerable in traveling, and especially our Muslim population.
Of course, we're very concerned that more countries might be added in the future.
Many Clark University students and faculty say they are worried what repercussions the president's order could have.
We do have some students who were in the process of applying for visas at the time and unfortunately now can't come. So we are concerned about how that will impact the future of our classrooms and of our teaching at the university.
20% of students at Clark are from different countries, and the university says they have dozens of students and 1 professor from the 7 countries President Trump named in his order.
It was the fact that the 7 countries are ones that are predominantly Muslim that we were in opposition to. And so we wanted to make some sort of general statement as a community because we all found this so deplorable.
The faculty held an emergency meeting Wednesday to write a resolution which will be sent to local political representatives, which could go to the White House.
We are an academic institution whose success identity, and principles are based on immigration, internationalism, and learning across our many differences.
The Associate Dean of International Programs says there are more than 900 students from different countries, and she hopes President Trump will rescind his order.
The International Students and Scholars Office at Clark has been communicating directly with all of the students across the board at Clark, but also specifically from these countries, and helping them understand the executive order and make the appropriate plans regarding travel.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
And Worcester Polytechnic Institute also confirms their campus community has been affected. The WPI President's Office says in part, currently we are aware of one WPI graduate student and one postdoctoral fellow immediately impacted by the order, and we are going to do all we can to support their rightful decision to return to their studies and work here. Worcester City Council drawing criticism after rejecting a resolution declaring Worcester is not a sanctuary city at last night's meeting. The passionate testimony sparking debate, and which carried over to Wednesday. Our Andy Madison has the details.
They come from countries.
It sparked passionate testimony at Tuesday night's City Council meeting. Immigration law and how cities and towns treat undocumented residents and refugees is in the national spotlight. In Worcester, the council vice chairman was seeking clarity on whether or not Worcester is a sanctuary city.
What I would say is that Worcester is sort of in the policy of don't ask, don't tell. The chief of police last night was, indicating that we actually do follow federal law. So, it just seems to be as muddled as possible concerning what our actual positions are.
Councilor Michael Gaffney ordered a resolution saying the city declare it isn't a sanctuary city, meaning immigrants and refugees risk deportation if they commit a felony. But the board voted 9-2 against the proposal, and it was defeated.
Even though there's kind of this level of uncertainty in our nation, we are the heart of the Commonwealth. And we have to make sure that Worcester is the kind of city that, yes, is the heart of the Commonwealth, and it beats for all people.
An executive order from President Donald Trump suggests he'll pull federal funding from sanctuary cities, a move some city councilors fear could have a negative impact on Worcester. Last night's meeting followed an immigration rally outside City Hall. As the meeting started, the crowd continued to chant.
We are going to go into...
Mayor Petty asked for them to stop and then could be heard insulting some in the crowd. Today, the mayor released a statement apologizing for the incident, saying, quote, "For anyone who's been caught on a hot mic, it's embarrassing. I was caught in a moment of frustration, and I was wrong." It's an incident Councilor Gaffney says should be taken seriously, while the mayor's supporters say it had no impact on last night's meeting.
And all his exuberance, I think he got caught on the mic, and I think at this point, it shows that he thinks people are lesser than him or aren't welcome in the city. I think he actually should resign.
The story is not that. The story is that Worcester is a community that knows how to come together, that a unity of over 1,000 people came out, and the community won last night.
Andy Madison, Worcester News Tonight.
And it's flu season, but doctors here in central Massachusetts say it's not too late to get your flu shot. Dr. Joseph Slukowski says he has seen many confirmed cases himself in central Massachusetts. He says aside from getting the flu shot, the best way to prevent from getting sick is to stay hydrated, get plenty of rest, and to wash your hands.
Now it's been light, but definitely we're seeing a significant uptick. It peaked late last year, so it's definitely about to peak now. We are, just myself and colleagues, we're definitely seeing a lot more.
And Dr. Slukowski also says the main difference between cold and flu symptoms is feeling weak and nauseous.